What is up, guys? Chris here, Bear Market Mining. Thanks once again for stopping by. So today we are looking at the AL0. This is an Alephium miner from IceRiver. It's been out for a few weeks now. It is putting out a solid 400 gigahash at a measly 100 watts, and it's pretty much silent. So this is a really good option if you're looking at getting into Alephium mining or crypto mining in general. So today we'll cover everything you need to know. I'll show you how to set this thing up and start mining with it. We'll look at current profitability, future profitability, the specs, pretty much everything you need to know. And at the very end, we've got a spreadsheet which you can also download and adjust. It'll help you look at things like change in yield. For instance, the price goes up, the yield goes down, what's my ROI, all those sort of metrics. So that will help you make a much more informed decision as to whether this is a good miner for you to look at purchasing. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So here we have it, the IceRiver AL0. First impressions, it is exactly the same as the KSO Ultras, but we knew that was to be expected. So it has your Ethernet port, your HDMI port. It also comes with this 120 watt power supply plus your barrel plug there. So all the same sort of stuff. So let's get this thing plugged in and we'll jump into the miner section and show you guys exactly how to set that up. All right, so you've got the miner plugged in, you've got your power in, you've got your Ethernet cable plugged in. The next step is you are gonna jump onto your PC or your mobile and you're gonna enter and log into your router. Now, to find your router, very simple, just go to Google, type in whatever brand your router is. For instance, mine's TP-Link, and it will give you an IP address. Now, I'm assuming if you've got internet, you've already set this router up, so you may or may not have a username and password to enter in, but that's very easy to figure out. Google will tell you everything you need to know as far as your specific router. And once you are in, you can see I'm inside my router here. Now I will blur out my IP addresses for obvious reasons, but you'll have something like I've got here. It says clients. So this is basically all the different connections that you have to your router and your internet. Now, the easiest way to find this, I've found, in the past, these haven't been labeled by name, but they are now. This AL0 was labeled IceRiver, so it was very easy to find in this list down here. If it is not easy to find and it's not labeled and you just have a bunch of random numbers there, you can look here at the time and it will generally be the one that has the shortest duration. So you will take that IP address. For instance, you can't see it, but I'm copy and pasting one of the IP addresses here. And then you'll paste that into a new browser and you will land on this screen. Now, as this is your first time logging into the AL0, it will just have the default admin as the name, and the password is always 12345678. It was the same for the KSO Ultras and many of the other IceRiver devices. So you'll enter your password in. Mine is obviously not that, as I've already saved it, and log straight in and we'll be on the next page inside the miner. All right, so we're inside the IceRiver dashboard. So all fairly self-explanatory. You'll see your hash rates and things like that up top, how long it's been running for. You'll see your hash rate curve and you'll see your pool addresses down here. So you can enter a bunch of them in. It will show you accepted, rejected shares, temperatures, fan speeds, all that good stuff. But the first thing I would do is go into user settings and change your password and re-log in, just for that little added layer of protection. Next up, I would jump on over to your mining settings. Now, as far as which particular pool you want to use, that is completely up to you. What I will do for the sake of this video is I will leave a bunch of different links as to where to find the best pool to use for you, and you will enter that in your pool address here. I'll also do the same for a number of different wallets or exchanges you can store your Alephium on when you're mining. It is good to have a few options because often when a pool goes down, it will revert to pool number 2 or pool number 3. That will ensure that you're not losing any mining time. One other thing to note is with your wallet and worker, at the very end, after your wallet address, which you can see here, you can put a dot and then whatever you want to call it. I've got AL0, you could put IceRiver AL0, you could call it whatever the hell you want, right? So that's just how, when you're looking on the pool side, you'll be able to identify this miner, and then come back to home and make sure that you're getting accepted shares so you know you're up and mining. Other than that, there's not too much you really need to do. These are really plug and play. There is a section here called firmware upgrade. At the stage of this recording, there hasn't been a firmware upgrade that has come out from IceRiver, so you won't need to worry about this just yet, but do keep an eye out. They often just do little tweaks and things like that. One thing actually we should also mention in your mining settings is here your fan speed. So I like to keep mine at 75%. Now, currently this is sitting at about 62 degrees. Now, they do say these miners like to run hot. They are comfortable running at 80 degrees. You can get slightly better hash rate, or so they say. But look, I'm sitting at right around the 400 gigahash. I'm pretty happy with that. For longevity, I like to keep mine a little bit cooler. So hence why I have put a static fan speed of 75%. But if you leave this at 0% on factory settings, it will just auto adjust the fan curve as it needs to. Jumping on over here into our pool. Now, I have put this AL0 on a separate pool purely so you can see exactly what this is making in the current 24 hours. It is the 14th of September for reference. So if we scroll down, because let's ignore the pending balance, this has been on slightly over. We can go down here and we can see that in the last 24 hours, we've made 1.44 Alephium. So that's about maybe 2/3 as much as it was making this time last week. So it was making close to around the 2 mark. The hash rate is going up, but we'll talk about that in a second. So let's have a look at what that works out in price terms. All right, so current price is $1.76 per Alephium. We're at, give or take, depending on this, $1.80 or so. So we can see the all-time high, $3.81, so more than double where we're currently at. So that is something to remember when it comes to your daily revenue. But let's enter those numbers in. So we had 1.437 Alephium were yielded, which works out to $2.52. So that's our revenue. Let's have a look at what that works out when it comes to our actual profit after electricity. So what we would do here is we take the 100 watts, we times that by 24 hours in a day and divide that by 1,000. That's going to give us our kilowatt hours used for the day, and then you would times that by whatever your electric rate is. Mine is 13 cents. Works out to 31 cents worth of electricity. So you barely even notice this thing is going. So, you know, the profit is still looking, you know, pretty nice for a little silent miner, you know, in the current market, I should say. So $2.52, we minus that. So still $2.20 you're making a day off this now. $4.40 plus if you're looking at all-time highs, or could go even further, but we'll discuss those metrics a little bit later. But for now, let's have a look at the current state of this hash rate. So currently sitting at 10.8 petahash. Now it may even be slightly more than that. As I said, these do take a few hours sometimes, depending on which website you're looking at to catch up. But let's look at, where are we, 14th September now. So let's go back to the 14th of August. You know, we're at about 3. So we've 3x'd at least, 4x'd in that last month. So definitely absolutely skyrocketing. Now we can see up to about here, early September, you know, we sort of went up to about 5 or so. And then these Bitmain units, the AL1s, I think, started coming online. So these big spikes, I presume, were them testing them before they sold them. And since then, I think there's 16 terahash. So that's just really thrown this up big time. Now, I'm hoping that a lot of these have already come online. They're $30-something thousand. So hopefully, not too many people have bought them, and we can maybe expect this hash rate to even out a little bit. Maybe if we got another 5 petahash up to 15, this thing is still going to be profitable because it's such low wattage. I think that's what really will keep it, you know, give it the longevity. But let's be honest here, this thing, isn't gonna, you know, be making you hundreds of dollars a week, but, you know, over the course of a year with some price appreciation and even minor price drops, still could be a good buy. So let's continue that conversation. Have a look at what they are currently priced at. Attention crypto miners, are you ready to level up your mining game? Then look no further than CryptoMinerBros.com, your go-to source for top-of-the-line mining equipment. Crypto Miner Bros stock the latest ASIC miners and partner with the most trusted brands like Bitmain, Goldshell, Jazzminer, and IceRiver, just to name a few. Plus, with manufacturers' warranties of 6 to 12 months, worldwide shipping, and 24/7 customer support, you're fully covered no matter where you are. And don't forget, you can use code BEARMINER at checkout or click the link in description to save $70 on all products store-wide. Visit CryptoMinerBros.com today and start mining smarter. So over here on Crypto Miner Bros, so the $8.49, you can punch in my code, you get $70 off. That brings it down to $7.79. Now this does have free shipping and a power supply with it as well. So this does, if I'm not mistaken, work out cheaper than buying them directly from IceRiver, but they're sold out from IceRiver anyway. So we're going to take this number 779 and we'll have a look at the spreadsheet now, because this is what's really going to help you guys figure out whether this is something you want to invest in and splash a bit of money at. And it's also going to be something that you can access. So let's move on over to the spreadsheet and crunch some numbers. So let's crunch the numbers over here. So I've thrown together this spreadsheet, and this is what's really going to help you make a more informed decision as to whether this is going to be good for you to buy in your current situation, you know, depending on the price, the yield, all that sort of stuff. Now this will be downloadable. It's in my Discord in the spreadsheets section. There will be a link for the Discord in the description. So if you want to jump in there and grab it, and I'll go through how we can use it. So let's look at the current coin price, $1.76, the yield, 1.437 ALF, and the current best price we could find on Miner Bros was $779. So that puts us at a payback period of 308 days, or around 10 months currently. So then if we scroll down underneath here, we can see scenario A, right? So this is what is going to be most beneficial to you. So we can adjust the coin price, the change in yield, and the miner price. So for example, let's just say that the coin price goes up by 20%, you know, over the next 7 days. Then all of a sudden you've dropped 50 days off your ROI, which is pretty nice, but we know that the hash rate will go up. So let's just say that your yield drops by 20%, puts us in the same spot. Let's say it drops by 50%. We're much worse off. So you sort of get the gist. What I think is the most likely thing to happen in the next sort of week or two, I would assume that let's put a bit of hope in here. Let's just say that the coin price goes up by, let's be modest, 5%. But what I think will almost definitely happen, that IceRiver will drop the prices of these miners, because let's be honest, they've sold a bunch of them and the rewards are going down and down. The profitability is going down because there's so much hash rate on it. So let's just say they drop, you know, the miner price, cut them in half like they've done before, you know, and we go minus 40%. You know, then you're looking at 176 days. So what's that? 6 months, you know, so for $467, look, still a good chunk of change, but, you know, not a lot. What I think is likely to happen, because I do believe in the price appreciation of Alephium, is that they will drop the price, and then maybe in, you know, a year in the bull run, let's just say we go back up to all-time highs, right? And we go back up 100% to $3 something. All of a sudden, this thing's paid itself off in 30 days. So a pretty handy little spreadsheet, I would say. So like I said, if you want it, click the link for the Discord down below. You don't have to chat away. If you don't want to, you can jump in, grab it, jump out. Or if you want to hang around and chat more ALF, be my guest. So that's what we're currently looking at, 308 days. So my final analysis of this, really like the miner, easy to use, easy to set up. It's still profitable. You can't hear it. It just mines away, stacking that Alephium. And because I believe in the price appreciation, now obviously do your own research as well. I'm pretty happy I've got this unit, and it's just, you know, stacking up that Alephium. Look, not as fast as I'd like it, but You got to be in it to win it. And for me, there's no rush on any of this sort of stuff. You know, don't go into this expecting, hey, I'm going to buy, you know, one single AL0 and get rich off it. That's not going to happen. Not unless you've got hundreds of years to wait, which I'm sure none of us do. But I think a really good, solid choice. And if you want to get one, there are some couple of links there, like I said, but do your own research always. Hopefully this video has made it a little bit easier for you to set it up and figure out whether it's something you want to buy or not. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace.